tirelessly harassing us constantly like we are children at times to make sure that we were all good boys and girls and did as we were told on time. I can confess I definitely wasn't a good boy, but I'm working on getting better at that. So I just wanted to thank you and acknowledge you, Alicia, for your patience that you've shown to all of us by putting this amazing book together.
Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. And guess what, guys? We have actually gone live on Facebook. So if it is on Facebook, if you can see it, it is on the Gratitude Method Facebook page. So if you want to share that, please, by all means, share it. We are now live. How awesome is that? I'll just mute you, Kylie. For everybody that's tuning in, just make sure that you're on mute. Thank you all for tuning in. Yay, we've got about 49 participants, and we'll probably get some more coming on live, and I can see some people coming live now. I just wanted to make sure, is it just the Zoom picture that's up on the screen? Can you put your thumbs up so I can see that? Yay, I did it great. Woohoo! Awesome. So this evening, firstly, I want to thank you all for coming out, taking time out of your evening to be here. It's been, as I said before, it's been one ultimate journey. The book writing journey is such a roller coaster ride of feelings and emotions, especially when things aren't going right, there's mistakes, and it's all about that imperfect action. And when you take those imperfect action steps, things start to magically appear. And I was saying to John this morning, it's like giving birth to a baby, like the process of it. It's like the manifesting and the growth of the book. And then when you're coming to the end, it then coming out and being here in this world. And here we are all together. I could, but not as painful as giving birth. I just tell you that. Could. So I just wanted to say thank you, everyone. What I want to do first is do a acknowledgement to country. I do this with all of my beautiful events that I hold and talks and workshops, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So what I'm going to do is share my screen, and if it shares my screen, that's even more awesome. And I'll get you guys to put your hands up to let me know. Can you see this? Awesome. So what I can do for you guys is I can share this with you guys. And if you want to share it at any of your events or anything that you do, please by all means do. So here we go. I'd like to.
We acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of this land. We acknowledge
the waterways,
the land, the sky, and all who
inhabit this place.
Country.
We acknowledge
Our ancestors.
We acknowledge
our elders
who have gone before us
and those who stand for us today.
We acknowledge our past
and stand here for our future country.
Thank you, guys. So here we are, the book launch. So I want to introduce our 22 authors. So if once I say your name, if you can give a wave hello and say hello to everybody, that will be great. And then what I'll do is I will be introducing each of the speakers.
Win at work by communicating effectively. With Grammarly, meet Dylan.
And I need to stop that too. Well done. There we go. So Adam, could you please take yourself off mute and say hi to everyone?
Good evening, everybody. It's a marvellous day today, and it's a great evening here because it's been a big project for everybody. And Alicia, our fantastic author and model of excellence, has really put a heart and soul into this project. And there's a lot of really great coaches here tonight, and it's been a big journey for us, and it's a fantastic growth opportunity as well. So there's a lot of gratitude around this whole room, and welcome aboard to everybody who's here tonight.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Adam.
Alicia.
You're welcome. Thank you. And next person is Amy.
Thanks, Alicia. Hello, everyone. What an achievement to be here. To be honest, this kind of like sprung up on me. I wasn't expecting it to come around so soon. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, that book's happening. I think the whole writing process was an amazing experience to be a part of, and you're going to hear some amazing stories tonight, no doubt. But thank you to everyone who's been involved. I think it's really exciting, and when we get it in our hands, it'll be even more exciting to see that as well. But yeah, it's great. Thank you, Alicia, too. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Big love.
And honestly, I can't explain the feeling it is when you get a book in your hands. It's a real surreal feeling. You're like going, oh, this thing is like real now. So yeah, thank you. Our next person is Anna.
Hey everyone, thank you for coming tonight. Thank you, Alicia, and all the other co-authors. Yeah, what an experience. I'm really excited to be here. And I can see my family and friends are here too, so it's all very exciting. Thanks for the support and looking forward to the evening.
Awesome, thank you. Our next person is Beck. Beck, could you take yourself off mute and say hi to everybody?
Hello everybody, so wonderful to be here tonight. It's been a beautiful sunny day down here in Tasmania. I know there are some other Tasmanians involved as well, so I feel like that's just fantastic. I do think that this is my first time as a published author, so it is quite an achievement, and I know that it will be the same for some of the other people involved as well. So I'm really, really excited to hear and taking everybody's stories, and you know, I think this is going to be a night of stories, so really excited for that.
Thank you so much for being part of this and seeing you today. We have Carlo, and unfortunately he can't make it, but I wanted to acknowledge him for being part of this process. And we've got Celine, who's here as well. Can you say hello?
Hello everyone, Celine here from Adelaide. It's been a great journey together with Alicia and everyone here. Just want to say congratulations to all of us to this stage. It's been up and down. It's been having challenges as well, but you know, a big appreciation to Alicia who connect all of us together. I know that it's not an easy job to have 22 people, you know, connecting in one book. And it's been a really challenging for me as well, because I never think that I would be, you know, I would be able to write a book, even a part of a book, but I did. So thank you again, and congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, and thank you so much, Celine. It's been an amazing journey for you, seeing you publish journals and now your own book as well. So congratulations. Our next author is David. Please take yourself off mute.
Hello, everyone. I just want to say thank you, Alicia, for everything in terms of getting this book together, and thank you to everyone else that's been here in this journey as well, because that's what we're here for, you know, to show gratitude for our life, show gratitude for virtually anything that comes out that is thrown our way. You know, I know the past 12 to 24 months has been quite trying for all of us, and well, yeah, I'm just grateful for being here tonight and looking forward to hear other people's stories.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Thank you for being a part of this. Our next author is Debbie. Hello, Debbie. Good to see you here. Where are we?
Hello. I'm here in Brisbane, rainy Brisbane at the moment, so very different than usual. Look, yes, thank you very much, Alicia. Thank you for everyone else for the support. What a date you have chosen, 22nd, 22. So good, and I know it's an important date for you too, to have this today. What a milestone for all of us, and that's so good to be a part of it. Thank you for giving us all the opportunity to be able to show our gratitude to the world in this book. So very, very proud of myself, but of all of us here that we managed this.
Yeah, we did. Thank you so much for your contribution. And I've got our next author, which is John, who has sort of already introduced himself. So John, can you please come on?
Hey everybody, I just wanted to say thank you very much for coming along and supporting this book. I'm very grateful for Alicia and all the other authors who've made this come together and done an amazing job. There's no way that my year 10 English teacher would have ever thought author would have been put next to my name, so I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, another role that you've got. You did it. Yeah. And our next author is Kate. Kate, are you able to get yourself off mute?
Yes, I am. Hello, everyone. I'm from sunny Adelaide as well, Celine. Yeah, I just want to thank Alicia, of course, for all the hard work and effort she's put in. To my fellow authors, I look forward to reading all your stories. And thank you to all those people that have come along to support us tonight. Truly grateful. And yes, a significant date, 22/22.
I know, what a date, what an absolute amazing date. When actually, speaking of that, since you guys both said that, I want to share a story. So 2022, I actually had a look just 2 days ago, and I'm going to share a little serious story here. Something popped up in my head and told me to go into my office, and I didn't know why I needed to go into my office, but I just had to get there and find this special letter that had been done for a friend that has passed on. Can you guys hear me? Sorry about that. Can you guys hear me all well? Excellent, thank you. And so what I realized when I came in, I had some words. 7 years ago, I had a mental breakdown, and a lot of people do know this. And on February 14th, I went through my divorce, and I also sold my house. So that was about Happy Valentine's Day to me. And on February 15th, I had a friend who called me up and told me to fight for my worth. And that has been a mantra that's been in my mindset for the last 7 years. And when this date was coming 2 days ago, I was like, the 22nd of the 2nd, the 22nd of the 2nd. And I actually went in my office and I found the little leaflet that was given of a friend that has passed on. She died by suicide, and her last words to me on the phone was, fight for your worth, you're worthy. So this date is actually quite special for me. It's 7 years since she's passed on, and for some reason she keeps popping up when these special events come on, somehow, some way. I didn't realize. And honestly, this is a loving memory of her for so much wisdom and so much knowledge, and passing me on that gift to fight for my worth. So then that way I can pass that on to others around the world. Her words have actually traveled across the world. So not only she may have passed, but those words are helping others to live on and fight in this journey, especially with mental health and well-being. So thank you, Debbie, wherever you are. So this date has a special significance to me. So next person I'd love to introduce is Kelly. So Kelly, can you come off mute?
Absolutely. I am genuinely humbled to be a part of this amazing journey. I never in my wildest dreams thought that I could call myself a published author, and to be able to share the platform with these other amazing people and their amazing stories. I can't wait to read it and just grow so much from what everyone's got to say.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kelly, for sharing that. And it's so good to have you here. Honestly, we've gone through a massive journey together, and it's been amazing to have you in my proximity. I cannot express how much gratitude I've got for you and the growth and journey that you've had. You're blossoming so much, and it's just amazing seeing you overcome all these obstacles and challenges and frustrations and successes and new realizations. It's been absolutely amazing. Our next person.
Sorry, Alicia, Joe might be trying to join.
Sure thing. Can you give him the registration link?
I have.
Yeah.
I say, yeah.
Awesome. So if
he may be trying to get in.
Here he is. No way. Here he comes. So our next person, I want to give an acknowledgement to Koi, who could not make it this evening, but I want to acknowledge him for his contribution to the book, which brings me to my next author, amazing buddy, accountability buddy, best friend, Christiane. Where are you?
Hello, beautiful people. So my experience, my journey itself through the authorship process, the team, Alicia, the editor Balboa, they were absolutely remarkable. The connection, the collaboration, the way in which they supported the other 21 authors and I was simply extraordinary. I'm thrilled to be here. It's been an absolute delight.
Thank you, KA. And then our next, I want to acknowledge Tish. I'm unsure where Tish is. I know she's doing grandma duties, so baby might be unsettled right now, but I want to acknowledge Tish right now for her contributions to the book, and also to Neilio as well. I know that he has been working tirelessly in his business and it's been thriving in the tradie industry, so he sends his apologies as well. And our next person is, who I know is here, is Pauline. Can you please take yourself off mute?
G'day everyone, I'm Pauline and I'm down here in Victoria trying to get up to Harvey Bay. And the interesting challenge is that I've had to do that. But within that time, I managed to write a chapter for the story, for the book. And yes, I'm another one of those ones that I wouldn't have envisioned that I would be writing a chapter in a book, and let alone with all these other authors. And I'm so excited to look forward to reading your stories, just even the snippets that we've seen coming through. It's like, oh wow, this is going to be one very, very powerful book. And what better reason than gratitude that's just shifted so many things in our lives and showing others right now in the turmoil that's happened over the last few years, even our own stories, but also the COVID stories and the whole thing. I think it's an amazing opportunity. I'm very, very grateful to be a part of. And I think the ripple effect from this book, from all our stories, will be huge. And I'm very grateful and honoured to be a part of this. And I feel like I love you all already, and I've only read a little snippet of it all. But yes, thank you, Alicia, for inviting me, and enjoy tonight, everybody.
Thank you. And let's just say that you also have a journal as well. So you've got not only a co-authored book, but also a journal has been produced by you as well, which has been phenomenal to watch your growth and journey, and just the way that your resilience right now and the gratitude that you've had with all the challenges that you've had. I just take my hat off to you, especially given with all of your family circumstances. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey.
Thank you.
Thank you. And our next person is Sandra. Sandra, can you pop yourself and say hi to everybody?
Hi guys. Just wanting to again say thank you to Alicia, because without her this wouldn't have even been started. Specifically, just to introduce in this introduction, I really am profoundly moved by first moving into exploring gratitude, because I thought, yes, I know what gratitude is, but once you actually have to put it into paper and writing and turn it over, it comes alive and it becomes a different story. But then add 3D to it by having it through the narratives and the perspectives of 21 other people. It really gives it a body that has blown me away personally. So I'm just really keen on being able to unpack that in a physical way when I have it in my hands.
Yeah, thank you so much for being part of this. It's been awesome to have you involved with this. Our next author, who I want to acknowledge, who unfortunately can't make it due to illnesses, is Steph. And I want to acknowledge her for her contribution to the book as well. And then our next author is Santi. Santi, could you take yourself off mute and say hi? Here we go.
Hi, everyone. So many people around here. I'm feeling very blessed and very grateful that I am here with amazing people. Special thank you for Alicia to make this happen. I can't believe it. You are truly an angel, and thank you for making this into reality. And also, I would like to say thank you for everybody that contributed in this book. I know what is going on through what I'm going through myself, but well done, everyone. I believe that we are here together for a reason. This is not coincidence. This is already arranged by the universe. And I believe we are going to create the difference in the world. And I am so excited because we are this is actually me, and Alicia is always talking about creating 1 million gratitude in the world. And I am from Indonesia. Creating 1 million in Indonesia won't be that hard for us to do. So thank you for tuning in, everyone who come in over here. Love you all already. Much gratitude.
Thank you, Santi. And 2222. And our next author is Suzanne. Can you please introduce yourself? It's been an absolute pleasure getting you involved with this book. Please take yourself off mute.
Hi, everyone. Hi, thank you for having me here, and thank you to everyone for coming along. And Alicia, oh, I'm going to cry. I said I was going to cry, and I am. I just want to thank you for giving me this opportunity, because I had this limiting belief that I couldn't write anything. And I chose to take you up on this journey to present my gratitude and this desire that I have to put this ripple effect of kindness out in the community. And to be able to do this is just amazing. So thank you to you, Alicia, and to all the other authors who are there in the book with me. You're just all amazing. And I can't wait to see where this goes. I just can't wait.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to stop now.
Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I know that we've had many conversations to overcome the obstacles there. And I totally see and hear you. I am someone who failed English in high school, couldn't read and write. I sat outside the school classroom. So I was already different to the rest. And here, having published my own book and helping others publish their book, nothing is truly impossible. It's possible when you've got the right people around you. And when you have the right people around you to support you, to champion you on, it's amazing what can be done when people guide you and show you the way and walk with you. So thank you so much, Susan. Our next author is Tash. Please come off mute.
Hello. Hello from Tassie, everybody. Such an honour to be here tonight. And Alicia, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me this opportunity. You are an incredible human being. And yeah, thank you to each of the beautiful authors that are here tonight and everybody else who's joined us. Yeah, it's an incredible opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to have you here. Another powerhouse woman. You inspire me. I've watched Tash's journey from the get-go, from having, I want to, is it okay if I share?
Yes.
Awesome. I've watched Tash overcome some really strong limiting beliefs on not knowing her worth and her worthiness, to now powerhousing and doing women's circles, women empowerment circles, inspiring other women to be who they need to be so they can speak their truth. And it's just been so amazing. She's built her website. She's in the process of publishing a journal on top of this. She's produced programs, and just seeing her charge for what she's worth and what she's been able to produce. I've just watched her break through every single wall and every single ceiling, and I just see her go each step of the way. So she just listens to everything and goes, right, I'm going to do this, and she stands up. So thank you, Tash.
Thank you.
And our last but not least, well, not last but not least, because there's still someone else that I'm so excited that has come in the room. Terry, can I see Terry, please? Come on down.
Hello, hello. Am I there?
Yes, you are here.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. I've got to say thank you to David, actually. He made the referral for me way back. And then we've connected, and then we've had other discussions about going forward as well. So congratulations to everybody that's in the book. It will be amazing. It is an amazing journey. I'm very privileged to have been on this journey for a couple of years now, and each time it's still just a buzz. So if you think it's a little bit overwhelming, suck it up and own it. You'll love it. You'll love it.
I love it, Terry. And Terry, I just want to acknowledge you. She actually had another book launch earlier this morning, and that's hit #1. So I want to acknowledge you on getting another #1 international, national bestseller. We're waiting overnight to see if it hits international #1. But I just want to acknowledge you on how much you're powerhousing with the amount of published books that you're getting out there and sharing your story. I know what it's like. I've got about 3 books on the go in the background, and I can't wait to go bang, here's another one, and bang, here's another one, because I know the power of a story can help shape someone whose lives may not be positive, and can help shine that light on others to overcome whatever tragedy or some sort of, if they're a victim of something, it helps them see that light. So thank you, Terry. And last but not least now, and I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but I know Joe's in the room, and I want to actually say, I want to introduce Joe. Joe is someone that is very special to my heart. 4 years ago, when I joined the Coaching Institute, I was very much in my head, and there's a saying, if you're in your head, you're dead. I had a lot of chatter in there, a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of things that stopped me from being who I truly is capable of. And he pulled me up on the stage, and now I'm pulling him up on stage. Ha ha. But he helped me to overcome so much stuff, and he's been an amazing mentor, a great support, a great cheerleader, and he has inspired me on my whole entire journey. And I just want to take the time out for writing the foreword and actually being a part of this journey. So I'd love to introduce Joe. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you so much. I feel like I should have one of those special backgrounds, the incredibly good one. I'm not, I don't think I should have one of those. I don't know how to do that, but anyway, it's okay. Hey, thank you, Terry and Callie, for giving me a quick reminder, because, and pardon me, but it's been a crazy time here. But Alicia, let me just say a few things. So first of all, deeply appreciate your kind words, but it's seeing how far you've come, right? Like I remember your vibe, your aura when I met you, and it was well, it was different to today's aura, and you have grown in ways. I don't want to sound like a freaking dad, because, but you've grown in ways that make me feel proud, like seriously, and the responsibilities. So, you know, as we know, as life continues, our responsibilities expand, and how we actually embrace those responsibilities, you know, has a direct impact on how well we are, you know, energetically economical, I guess. And, you know, you put your energy in the right places, and, you know, good on you for bringing all these beautiful people together here. And I know there'd be, you know, hundreds of others that aren't on the call that would be deeply appreciative of you as well. Good on you for diving deep into gratitude, you know, and thank you for asking me to do the forward. I think I might have been a bit of a pain in the butt for you when you asked me to do the forward, because it took me a little while to get back to you. I was in the middle of a series of events and different things and la-la-las and whatever. And I remember you nudged me a couple of times. I thought, oh, poor Alicia, she's, you know, just, Joe, take some time out and get this thing done for this beautiful woman and do it properly. So I hope my words in that forward, you know, support the core message. And thank you for having me here.
Yes, thank you so much. And it's really interesting that you say I've dove in quite deeply with gratitude. I've actually signed up to do my master's in applied positive psychology. So I've always wanted to do a master's in something. A lot of people know that I am a qualification collector. I love collecting qualifications. And I knew that it was always my dream to get a master's. I was going to get it in early childhood education, but boy, has that taken a full spin. And I went, right, it's positive psychology that I want to bring to this world and dive deeply with. So thank you, guys. A gentle nudge from 2AW equals hurricane. Thanks, PK. Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, Leslie. Of course, you're welcome.
Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce each author individually. and they're going to talk a bit about their journey and their story. So I'd love to introduce Adam. Now, he was born and raised and still living in Geelong, Australia. He has had a passion with putting other people ahead of himself, and he's always prided himself on being the best of value, most versatile, with a sense of love and respect for others. Despite being a member of the Country Fire Authority for 2 decades, being a union representative, I totally see you, health safety representative. I have tongue dyslexia, everyone, so apologies if I do this all night. He's also a football umpires coach, cricket's coach, and he always had this thing that there was always something missing, and now he's become a coach, and now tonight he's an author. Let's welcome Adam to the Zoom meeting. Let's give him a clap. Come on in.
Thank you, Alicia. I'm just going to start off here with address to Joe. Is that one of your lines, Joe, is I hope you're all well, and I use that in everything I do now. And now my cricket club president uses that as a catch cry just to get me going a bit. And so I hope you're all well. So I'm going to start off with that. And that's because of, because of connection with Joe from when I started with the Coaching Institute back in June 2020. And something that just resonates and it rolls off the tongue now. So thanks, Joe. Much gratitude to you. Thanks, Alicia. This has been a real journey, and when Alicia put a post out on Facebook back in July, I think it might have been, looking for authors, I thought this is a really great opportunity to grow, and I like writing as it is. I've written for Football Records, and I do a lot of reports and stuff like that, but I really like telling stories and stuff. So this is a story pretty much on gratitude about where I come from, and living in Geelong, and live around the Great Ocean Road and around the footy clubs and all that sort of stuff. But the thing was, I didn't know what gratitude was, and until I became a part of the TCI back in 2020. But just to start the story was that if it wasn't for the COVID, I probably wouldn't be here, and because I was so immersed with football. So all my footy coaching was taking up all my time, and along with work and being a union rep and health and safety rep and all this other stuff. But if it wasn't for the pandemic, I probably wouldn't be here, and it gave me an opportunity to do something different, because I've written in the book that I went to the U2 concert at the MCG on the 15th of November 2019, I think it was. And on the Joshua Tree, the first 3 songs, one of those is I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. And that song just resonates because I still hadn't found what I'm looking for. And the pandemic came, and I got a bit bored on a Saturday, and I thought, I might just check something out. And Matt Lavar's, I didn't know who he was. I was just watching this video, and the rest was history. And I joined up with TCI, and then I met up with Alicia and Joe. Joe was our facilitator on the weekend of our Foundations of Coaching Success. And I did not know anything about gratitude until that weekend. And what I'm really grateful for is being able to connect with Alicia. Alicia was a ninja from memory, and I started watching a lot of what she was doing, and watching everything else from the background, just checking things out. And I just really connected with Alicia, and right from the start, and watch your journey through 2020 when you got the International Coach of the Year. And with Joe taking that training, the gratitude just stood out to me because I needed to grow with him myself. And I was very much a below the line thinker. And by using the gratitude, I've now become able to use the gratitude to be able to live by it and live above the line thinking. And the way I language things now is just a lot more centered. And it's all because of gratitude. And it's all because, and this opportunity come up to write a chapter in a book, and it's it's something I just wanted to jump at, and it's been a fantastic journey. I love it, Alicia. I love you. I love what everything you stand for, and there's a lot of great authors on really good people here. Chrissy, I've connected with you from the start, and John and a few others. PK, we're all in this a really good spot here, and we all inspire each other. And I hope that the gratitude thing is really inspiring me to live a better life, and that's the whole point. But the whole point is to try and live a better life and be my best self, and me to be able to pass it on to other people. And I just love it. So
beautiful message, Adam, and thank you so much for sharing that. I know I've mentored you a lot along the way, and it's been amazing to see the growth and the development that you've had in terms of your coaching journey and who you are showing up as in the world. And the insights and the knowledge that you have, it's awesome to see it, and the confidence that you're building. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Alicia. It's just to be able to start living life with gratitude is the foundation starting block to become your best self, and that's what Joe taught us back in our foundations weekend, and that's how I just started it, and it's fantastic. So thanks.
Thank you.
Much gratitude. and the other thing is today's the 22/2/22. It's a fantastic day for cricket supporters as well. So if you're a cricket supporter, you know what I'm talking about. It's absolutely marvellous.
Well, I'm glad to help out all the cricket.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you so much. Please send all your love and your messages in the comments below. It's been an absolute pleasure to have Adam a part of this. Honestly, I'm honoured that you are in my proximity and being part of this and spreading my message and my vision and my mission. So I want to bring you to my next author, who is Amy Green. She is a teacher. She's passionate and enthusiastic, and she knows what it's like to experience burnout and fatigue in such a giving profession. And I totally hear you, Amy, because I've worked in early childhood education for 20 years, and burnout is just as high in that industry right now. They're actually in crisis at the moment, same as the teachers. She's worked with teachers and schools to help embed them well-being, to be a part of their culture, and is passionate about helping all educators to find that balance between work and life and live in a way that suits them. There are no rules to wellness, and only what works and what doesn't work. And I just absolutely love what she talks about in her story and her chapter. So I'd love to invite Amy to the stage right now. Stage, Zoom room, come on down.
Hi, thanks for having me. I have to apologize. My cat's bullying me because he thinks he needs to be fed. He doesn't. Don't worry about that. But thank you. It was this, when you put the post out in July and said I'm looking for authors, I was at a real kind of turning point in my life. My partner and I, on a whim, decided to move from Canberra to Brisbane. In that moment, I'd also was working for a company doing some work with teachers, and was made redundant in that time, really unexpected. So I found myself going, what am I doing with my life? I ended up going back to work in a school for 6 months, which was amazing. And I got to write this chapter at the same time. Coincidentally, I also had co-authored a book prior to that on teacher wellbeing, which was published. And then in November, I also got offered a book deal from an educational publishing company. So now I am writing a whole book, which is a lot more than one chapter. Yeah, which will be out later this year. And it's all about wellbeing in schools and culture, and school culture, and really helping our educators. But when I wrote this chapter, I really underestimated how much of a healing process it would be. And I didn't pay enough attention to that, to when we write something and we put it in words and we reflect on our experiences, just like you were sharing then, Adam, how that has kind of shaped us, which is, you know, we learn all of this if this feels a little bit like a TCI reunion, but we learn this, but when you actually are in it, that's when it all starts to make sense. And sometimes we forget it. So when I was writing this chapter, I really had to reflect on, like, I would say that I practice gratitude and it's part of what I do daily. And, you know, my partner and I do this beautiful thing where we tell each other one thing that we're grateful for each night before we go to bed. And I have a journal and I do all of the things you're supposed to do. But I I really had to sit and think, why did I struggle to do this for a really long time, and why did it take effort in the first place? And I think, it really wasn't a part of who I was or how I was raised. And so in my chapter, I talk a lot about how gratitude for me is about gratitude of enoughness. It's about realizing and understanding that you get to a point where you're actually enough in who you are, and then you're just grateful for everything, like every little thing and every big thing. And so I think for me, what this chapter really helped me understand and embed was that when you get to a point where you realize it's not about the stuff and all the external things and all of the material things you're trying to hold on to, there's an element of gratitude that can sit inside you no matter where you are, where you go, or who you're with. And I think that when you reach that, when you understand that, that is what spreads. That is what is contagious. That is how we start to impact and ripple into all of the other places that we may know or may not know at all. And so when I got to that point, when I wrote that chapter, I thought, what else do I want to give people? So at the end of the chapter, there's, I think, 3 little tasks that I do in my own daily life, which may help others just to begin their own gratitude journey. I think there's definitely a conscious and actionable task that comes with this, but also I hope that by reading a little bit, I was raised in a home where we never had enough. I talk about living under what we call Snob's Hill, where all of the rich people lived on the hill and looked down on us. And it was constantly a reminder that we didn't have enough. And so because of that, we couldn't be grateful because there was always something we didn't have. And at the end of my chapter, what was really healing was I got to a moment where I realized we had everything. We had love and we had connection, and I have beautiful siblings, and my mum did the best she could with what she had, and it was amazing. And so there's always something there, but sometimes I think you have to live through that and then reflect on that and then allow yourself to see it and heal through that. So it was just beautiful, Alicia. I totally underestimated. I was like, oh yeah, I'll write a chapter. No worries. But actually going through it was a completely different experience. And then all of the other things that have come from just having that space to do it. So thank you so much. I look forward to reading the book as one and hearing everyone else's story, and just knowing that everyone's story is going to reach so many people. You just don't know. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure, and what a phenomenal story. There's one of the stories that there was a bit of tragedy and then you've come out with triumph. So it's great to see how you've gone from victim to victory, you could say. And it's awesome to see you just kicking goals and the amount of books that are just flooding out from you. I always say to people when they go on this journey, it won't be just one book, there will be multiple ones. And I know I have multiple best-selling authors here, and that's the thing. Once you get this writing addiction, I call it, I don't stop writing now. I went from not speaking too much and hiding behind my mum because I was so shy to actually talking so much. I talk when I'm out walking, I'm talking to heaps of people on the Esplanade, or I'm doing my live videos. Some people do see me out in Hervey Bay talking like this, and it's such a transformation from what I was to what I am now. So thank you for sharing that, and thank you for being part of this. Our next special person is Anna, and she is a mind-body coach, speaker, and an Olympian. And she's lived the life of an Olympian, an elite athlete, trainer, coach, and mum along the way. She has also learned how important energy flow, mindset, and nutrition is for all of us. As an accredited life coach, she is passionate about helping you achieve your own personal life, health, and fitness goals. And she has this awesome program called Move. I'm pretty sure it's called Move. I see MOVE. Absolutely phenomenal. And she helps people with getting fit and healthy and just being the best versions of themselves. With experience and patience, she's able to share how she can eradicate limiting beliefs that people may be holding on to, fear, negative thought patterns, and help heal blocked energies that may be holding them from creating a life that they love. So I'd love to welcome now Anna. So if you can get yourself off mute and come on down.
Thank you, Alicia. Wow, you've just said it all. So my goal is to speak like you. I was a shy child too. So in a few years, I'll be like you, right? So, oh, what an introduction. Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming tonight and taking the time out. My parents are here too, so it's really special. My sister, a lot of my friends. So yeah, thank you for coming. What an amazing experience. And I feel a lot of gratitude for being able to have the opportunity alongside 21 other beautiful souls to share our experiences, our life stories, our challenges, our struggles, and also our connection with gratitude. So it's a real blessing to be here and have been part of writing the book, which I had a vision to write a book anyway. So this is part of the stepping stones to actually write my own book. So I'm blessed to have that opportunity. I just wanted to talk a little bit about gratitude and how it developed in my life. So it's something that has really helped me through incredibly tough times and also helped me achieve what I have achieved, being an Olympian and also starting up my own business with my Move program. Yes, thank you. And it started with my upbringing. So I must thank my parents again for their incredible support. And we had a really stable environment growing up. My parents together, they're still together, 82. And then my siblings, so I'm one of 5. And we really had every opportunity. We had every opportunity to grow. They gave us our roots, as we say, to withstand any obstacles that come our way. And then we developed our wings to fly through a little bit of free range parenting, I'll call it. So allowing us to achieve our dreams. And I have the belief that from my upbringing that I can achieve anything that I set my mind to. And I'm sure that was implemented through my parents and their belief in me and where I'm heading and what I'm doing. And I will, the one memory is I'd love to acknowledge my dad for this. So he would sit with us at night and pray to us every night. So we had that connection with him and then with the greater energy, whatever you might call it. And it was a blessing because at the time I didn't really understand or piece it together what that importance was for me later in life. When 9 years ago, I went through a really tough time in my life. My then husband betrayed me while I was pregnant. So I was 4 months pregnant with my son, who's now 9. And it was at that time where I was overseas, so I wasn't in the country. I didn't have my family. I had a couple of friends that were my angels. So much gratitude for them as well. And it was then I turned to gratitude. So I turned to prayer, my dad's, teachings, and to connect to that energy. And gratitude is an emotion, okay? And emotions, they have energy. They have vibrational frequencies. And it brings you up, it lifts you up to a frequency like love. And for me, that was my get up. It was like, get up, Anna, you've got to build your life again. So I started from scratch financially as well. So it was not just that betrayal, but there was more to it, which you'll read in the book. But yeah, so just having that lift and that energy to actually establish myself again from the start. And then it's, as I said, it's helped me achieve my dreams and goals, just being having that practice of gratitude every day for these little steps, these little things, which really amount to huge things at the end of the day. So extremely grateful. If you don't do gratitude, I think most of the coaches in the room do, but it's something that you'll notice changes in your life. You attract that more of it when you are grateful for it. And the experience has been incredible. I learned that I can write more than 2,300 words. So my year 12 English tutor would be happy too, that I managed to do that. And just learning a lot. When you take that time to reflect, it just is gold, because you see how far you've come, and through that inspires you more, and it will inspire everyone that reads the book and everybody's stories and their connection to gratitude. And that's, Alicia, you're amazing to bring it together, to be able to reach the message of gratitude. I remember when we first spoke, you're like, I want to reach as many people as possible with that message of gratitude, because it can save your life and it can help you create your life. So really, thank you to all the authors too. And again, thank you to everyone for coming tonight, family and friends. I feel very loved.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
What amazing story. Thank you so much for sharing your story and being so vulnerable. Sorry that stuff has happened to you, but what triumph to see what you have actually achieved and where you've come from. It's amazing. And I know when we spoke, that day that I spoke to you, I was in the process of going down to Brisbane by a plane, and I was organising all of the plane flights and meeting people to organise this book. I'll never forget it. That's a defining moment, because that was the day my car blew up. And then I lost a client. So I think that day cost me about $15,000 that day. And I don't know how I remained so calm and cool and collected and had that conversation with you, but I was just so grateful that you said yes and was going to come in on that journey with me. It was such a, talking about behavioral flexibility and gratitude, I was just grateful that you came on board, and I was just like, yes, another beautiful person in on this journey. And the story that you shared that morning, I was like, even though I had such huge events happen that morning, when you shared your story, I was like, yep, she's the person that needs to be there. And I'm so grateful that you're in this on the journey with me. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Alicia. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And so my next beautiful author is Beck. She is a leadership personal development coach. And she talks about how gratitude is a state of being, both consciously practiced and subconsciously felt. And in the state of mind and body, acknowledge and appreciate the wonder of nature and social world we live in. It's an unexpected kind word from a friend or a stranger, and it's absorbed and reflected back with warmth. And I just love the way that Beck talks, because when she brought her story to me, I just loved the way that she articulated herself. And to feel gratitude is to feel the wonder, joy, and the miracle of being alive, to know the serendipity of human consciousness. The expression of gratitude is an opportunity to marvel at the abundance of beauty and kindness all around us. And I want to say she's been on one roller coaster ride, and I just want to express my deepest gratitude for you coming here this evening. And I'd like to invite you to come on off mute and introduce yourself and share a bit about you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So lovely to see you all, to be in the room. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to be seen tonight, so to speak, because I am going through an incredibly difficult time emotionally at the moment. I'm quite comfortable sharing that. I have a long history of chronic depression, and depression can absolutely wreak havoc on your connection to self, your connection to others, you know, your sense of being, your sense of, you know, for me, I guess as well, I do like to try to be articulate if I am expressing myself, and depression gets in the way of that. And so if this had been 3 weeks ago, I would have said, hell no, because 3 weeks ago, I could barely get out of bed. But I guess one of the preambles for me with this conversation is this concept of gratitude and what it is. I talk about the whole kind of idea of it being a bit of a buzzword at the moment as well. And I had this whole energy around, well, I feel like sometimes it has an energy around being a should, something that we should be doing in our life. If we want to be well and we want to be happy, we want to be connected, want to feel loved, we should be practicing gratitude. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that concept per se, except for somebody who is depressed, it should become, you know, another insurmountable mountain that you have to climb. And I'm also a little bit of a perfectionist by trait, and that does hold me back at times, because I think, okay, well, I've got to do it perfectly. So if I'm going to do gratitude, I've got to do it every day. I've got to write it down. It's got to be really varied, right? It can't just be being thankful for the same thing every day. And also it should feel significant, which is just a trap that I put myself into, because one of the things that you need to learn when you're recovering from depression is actually the power of small wins and small gains and consistency, and how they add up over time in my life. So in my story in the book, I do spend a lot of time focusing on the intellectual part of that. It's just how I process things. I like to understand something intellectually before I express it emotionally. And I do talk a little bit about, you know, my depression and how reconnecting to gratitude and to hope also as well, which is very closely related, you know, did have the power to help pull me out of my internal world, which is all very focused on me and what is or what isn't happening for me. And, you know, where I am in my life, doing comparisons, being a certain age, should have this done, should have that done, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas what gratitude does is it actually expands that awareness out to the external world around you. What are the little things that you're noticing in the room you're in, or the conversation you're having with a friend, or if you're walking along the beach and you're feeling the sand on your feet. These small things that make you aware of the wonder of, you know, of life and the joy that there is to be expressed in that moment. And I think the important thing to realize with gratitude as well is you don't always have to do it well. You just have to remember that it will actually help you seek what you really want, which for a lot of people is love and connection and a sense of being embraced by the world, a sense of, you know, being enough. And I really struggle with this idea of being enough because it's very easy to place that enoughness on material things or material achievement and not just the sort of the essence of being here. One of the things that, you know, I guess a sort of a value, one of the values I have, you know, is this sense of equality, and that comes with this this appreciation that we are all equal and we are all worthy, even in our dark moments, even when, you know, there is no light. And so for me, there's been a kind of a rejuvenation, if you like, of purpose, which I attribute to a lot of things. And for me, actually, honestly, in some ways, hope is probably the biggest one. Just being in a dark room and not even being able to see a tunnel or a pinprick of light, but then there's just a little grey little bit that's still there, sort of latching onto that. And, you know, gratitude helps you latch onto that. So that's what's been really powerful for me.
Thank you so much, Beck. What an amazing story that you've shared. And I can see that there's so many messages of love and support too for you. And thank you for making it here. Honestly, when I spoke to you this morning, you lit up my world. And I know you've got some great things happening in your world with some great support around you. And it's just such an honor to have you here. So thank you. And thank you for being part of this journey, because we've gone through some roller coaster rides together as well. So thank you. So our next author who can't make it, I wanted to express my acknowledgement, and that's Carlo. And he talks about gratitude is the electrical charge that ignites the possibilities of dreams fulfilling, life expanding, and obstacles surpassing. And I just love the way that he talks about gratitude in the book. He's one of the last chapters in the story. So I have, like, tonight, this is going to do everyone's whoever has OCD or CDO spelled in alphabetical order is going to do people's heads in, because in the chapters I've got everybody in alphabetical order from their first names, but in the book I've mixed everyone up, so it's imperfectly perfect just to mess with some people's heads. So Our next author that I want to introduce is Celine Chi. She's a strategist, business coach, and founder of MYOT Group. And she talks about how gratitude is to embrace and enjoy everything, the good, the bad, and what comes to you for you. And it opens oneself to a whole world full of joy, adventure, and anything that anyone wants to really experience in life. So living with gratitude makes her life truly meaningful, and she wakes up every day treasuring every second of the day. And I love how she expresses this and not wanting it to end as well, as there are so many things that she can do for herself, for her beloved ones, and for the world. So I'd love to welcome Celine to the Zoom room. Come on down, in, and around.
I'm here. Thank you, Alicia, for such a nice introduction. Everyone again. So we actually moved as a family to Australia about 4 years ago. And with a marketing background, I always, working in, develop a business strategy, marketing strategy, growth strategy, everything's, that you have to use your head a lot and, dealing with numbers and targets and things like that. And then, when we are here, I have a bit of time more, and then feeling that a big part of me, I want to go back to my heart. So I start to see the success story of people, how they become successful and things like that. And I found that big part of that is not because they use their head, even though they are business people, but they use a lot of their heart in making decisions and working with people, connecting people together. So and then it somehow brought me to TCI when I do some search work around, emotion, using your heart and things like that. And I remember over a year ago, the first call with Joe actually bring me to TCI family, and from TCI I meet Alicia, and I was attracted by her energy and the work that she's doing, and I just start my first journey with her. She helped me with my first journal. Being a marketing person, I like to create things, and during the COVID time, just thinking, if it'll be good if we bring some positivity in life, because people tend to think negatively a lot during that time. So our first project with Alicia is it's actually a journal called Inspirational Daily Planner, a start to your joy journey. And from there, we continue work with each other, and she told me that, okay, you have to go with me on the next journey, and she shared the idea about this gratitude book with me, and I just love the idea, even though I'm not a very good writer, but I say to her, yeah, I'm in right away. So that's how it started with the gratitude chapter. And in the chapter, it's actually a very good journey for me, because it helped me to connecting all the dots together. So sometimes I practice gratitude, and I'm grateful for things happening around me. But then when I reflect to all what I've experienced and to all the stories, it helped me just connect everything together and see how being grateful for small things really give me an impactful result in what I'm doing. And I just want to share a little bit of my stories out there to the world, and hopefully some reader will resonate with my stories and see how impactful it is just being a little grateful every day with everything happening in your life, even though it's happy things or not very happy things, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. And yeah, that's just how I share my story, and I hope that it can be a little bit of meaningful out there for anyone who needs it.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, Celine. It's been an absolute pleasure, and just watching you grow and develop. And I know you've had a few speaking gigs as well with quite a number of people, hundreds of people, and spreading your messages and your expertise. It's amazing to watch how you've been growing and developing in your career. So I want to acknowledge you and congratulate you. So thank you so much. Please share in the comments and send some love to Celine for being part of this book. It's been an absolute amazing experience. And I also want to say thank you for coming here this evening. I know it's been a little bit challenging for you, and I just want to say I'm thinking of you and I'm here for you if you need anything. Okay,
thank you.
You're so welcome.
And everyone.
So our next author is David. He's a freelance writer, coach, and an international Amazon best-selling self-published author, and he's lived and learnt a lot of things on the way to become the person that he is today. And he's worked in many industries, including technology, coaching and training for community organizations, his own computer training business and a help desk. He also has worked as a soft skills trainer and assessor and done a lot of traveling across Queensland. I totally resonate with that. I've traveled most of Queensland too, and teaching these important skills. I didn't teach those skills, but I teach other things. So I love it. Love that you're a teacher too. It wasn't until over the past years that he got bitten by the writing bug, he calls it, and it helped him to come out and express himself as a coach. He has been penned at least several books over the past few years and has hit best-selling author on Amazon. So the power of storytelling has made him actually realize that creating these opportunities can help him to be a better person and help him rediscover more bits about him. So let's welcome David to the screen or stage or Zoom room. And I'd love to get you to come and share what gratitude means to you and a bit about you.
Hello, Alicia, and I would like to say thank you to this opportunity for you as well, and everyone else here in this room that's actually come on board with this gratitude project. In reflecting back over the past few years, yes, I was bitten by the writing bug, and got to the point of creating these opportunities for myself and constantly getting out there at times. It's allowed me to become the better person that I am. But it wasn't until over the past 1 or 2 years I kind of like hit an all-time low in myself. Just like anyone else here, it's yes, I would like to say COVID did bring it on, or even previous to that as well. Like I think it might have been the very first time around when I even met our good friend Terry here as well. In other words, even then she probably might have noticed I was upset at that first launch as well, because at that time I lost my mum over that time frame and all that, and I gave her a bit of an acknowledgement at that launch as well. So, and yes, I'm doing the same thing here at this book launch as well. So, because family is everything to me, and that's how it's kind of like the way things have been over the past couple of years. And like I was saying before, when COVID hit, I wasn't too bad at first, but as time went on, I was slowly getting into a big dark hole in my own self as well, because I was developing like strong fears, developing high anxieties. I think it might have been the fact that the way everything has been brought onto us so hard onto us, it's made me feel low. And the past 12 months alone right now, because I started suffering depression, and it wasn't just for the fact of COVID as well. Like at the beginning of last year, I lost my brother, one of my brothers to COVID, and so you can see why now it always hits me every time. Knowing when your own family's at risk in terms of to all the evils of the world that are out there. And as it actually went through over the past 12 months, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit upset here at the moment. I'm just by talking about this right now. And it wasn't until July last year, that was when I was scrolling through Facebook, of course, and that was when I met Alicia for the very first time, and she kind of like reminded me, you know, it's of how much gratitude can be there for people. It reminded me that I'm human as well. You know, we're all human here, and it's allowed to like just me speaking right now has allowed me to become more vulnerable, and like half the time I don't know what to say half the time. So like I said, Alicia was my savior. So much gratitude to you, Alicia. And it kind of like picked up to it was only over the past 6 to 12 months right now, things did started to improve in myself and my own mind mentally as well. And throughout the process, I came to a realization. You could say, like, I even had several epiphanies ever since. So, like, just coming out to myself has allowed me to know that I can share my vulnerability. I can show my authentic side. So, some of the people that I have spoken to know that I don't even normally openly talk about. Like, I will openly talk about it right now. It was only just last year I found out that I was autistic for the very first time. So could you imagine me now finding out that I'm autistic at the age of 45? And all I can say right now is my mind is slowly getting better to the point where all these avenues have opened up to me, including this wonderful opportunity in order to show that gratitude, my love for the people that are around me. You know, it's family is everything to me, and you can probably might see that part in my book as well. So when you actually get to read my chapter in the book, you can actually see how much I love them, because that's what gratitude means to me. And one other thing I'm going to mention right now, before I hand it over to Alicia in a sec, I'm actually celebrating not just this book launch today as well. I'm actually celebrating another book launch that's happening later tonight as well. So the other book that I'm actually releasing, you probably wouldn't think it's actually I'm just going to bring it up here so I can actually remind myself what it was called again. It's about developing that spiritual side inside of you. And I can even bring up some of those links afterwards if any of you are interested. I know it's not going to be a good time for any of you to tune in, because it's going to be 4 a.m. for me to even get online. So thank you, Alicia. Big, much gratitude for you, much gratitude for the people in this book. I love every single one of you.
Thank you, David, and thank you for sharing such a vulnerable story, especially the things that you've had to overcome, your resilience and the gratitude that you have. And it's been an absolute pleasure. I know we're working together in the background on some other couple of projects. This one has taken my time and energy because I've been setting up websites and all of that jazz, but I want to say thank you for sharing your story. What a phenomenal story, and one that can give hope to others in terms of their learning journey, their personal development journey, and how to overcome things and still live a life full of opportunities as well, even though there may be learning difficulties or some sort of obstacle that comes in the way. You've shown on what actually can be truly possible. So thank you. Our next beautiful author is Debbie, and she is a mindset behavior coach and counselor. She was born and raised in Switzerland and then moved to Australia in 2005, which opened up many pathways for her career and her personal life. Today, she's specializing in bariatric consulting, and I hope I said that right. My tongue dyslexia can play up on me. She also supports and empowers people on their journey to become healthier, fitter, and happier selves after the weight loss journey. And I know I have a few friends that have done this procedure. So it's amazing work that you're doing that to help with that whole mindset. As a woman on the same journey, she is a coach and a counselor, and she's passionate to walk part of the journey of life beside you and walks with you to help support you on your journey. So let's welcome Debbie. So please come on the screen.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you very much. So good to be here tonight. Well, when you approached me with this opportunity and I saw this book, I thought, yeah, easy, gratitude. I can write something about gratitude. And I think I was the one that said, I don't know what to write. What do I do? And then we had a chat, and you really inspired me to look on my own journey. I didn't really see where I go with this for my own journey, only then when I talked to you. And I had to go to the very, very early stages of my being as an actually unborn child. And you will see in my story and my passion today, gratitude for me is the self-acceptance, the self-love, to be grateful for the beings we are in life. My first sentence in my story is, in brackets, you have to get rid of this baby, I don't want it. And these were the words of my father at the time to my birth mother. And she should have aborted me, and she chose not to. And that's where the gratefulness in my life towards being even alive really starts. And I was then given up for adoption into a loving, caring family. And only later in life, having 4 boys of my own, I really realized what it means to have life, to have that joy of being on this earth for a purpose. And really my faith in God came to carry there that I can have that deep thankfulness and appreciation to life. And then further on, and you mentioned it, bariatric, you did very well. Bariatric journey, this is my life. This is a journey of my own, of being overweight almost all of my life, fighting these kilos on my body. And talking about gratefulness and gratitude here, the work I do now with people on the same journey is, yes, the number on the scale. And for me, it's a number on the scale. For other people, it might be another blockage, another hurdle to live. We heard different stories already. That's only one thing. It's a number, it's a fact, it's a prognosis, it's a label we have. But to truly love the person inside we are, the awesomeness we can carry in this world, the purpose we have, the self-acceptance, and be grateful for who we are in this world. That is my passion today, living it myself, but also really looking back at the very beginning of my journey on this world. Yeah, how awesome it is to be here. So that is a part of my journey and where I am right now. I'm very thankful. I'm very appreciative of Alicia and the power and the energy she brings to probably all of our lives. So thank you for having me on this journey.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, your first chapter are so powerful. When I read that, I was like, wow, what a story on being so grateful for life itself. Like nothing could be any more powerful than that first sentence. And I want to take deepest gratitude on being so vulnerable and sharing that with the world on what you've actually experienced.
Thank you.
Deepest gratitude. And I also want to share, one of your friends has got in contact with me, and that I gave a gratitude journal to. So we're still in contact with each other. So still remember that. And I just love the gratitude you spread to everyone. It's absolutely beautiful. So it wasn't just in this book. You've been doing it for quite some time. So thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So here we go to our next author. Our next author is John, and he has recently become a women's empowerment coach, and I've just been watching him go from strength to strength. He's also a singer and songwriter, podcaster, and now, due to Gratitude, A Journey of the Soul, he is now an author. His passion and purpose is to help women step out of the shadows of their stories they've been telling themselves. And through the deeper self-awareness and the practical implementation of proven methods, he's helping them create a life that they've always dreamed of. One thing that has been proven is the method of gratitude, positive energy and compassion. So I want to welcome John to the screen, stage, in the room, and deepest gratitude, dude.
Thank you very much, mate. And thank you everyone for being here tonight. Look, I'm going to keep this short. Gratitude is the fundamental principle of happiness. Thank you. Good night. Enjoy. Now, obviously, there's a little bit more to it than that. I'm probably like many of you, that I grew up with parents that used to say to you, you should be grateful for this and that. And I apologize for mimicking my mother. She is on the call here. Love you, Mum. But I knew what the word was. I didn't know what gratitude actually was. And I ended up spending a lot of time during my teenage years and my 20s severely depressed, and ended up suicidal. And to deal with that, I went into drugs and found myself in a domestic violence situation. And at the age of 27, I lost my father. And that was when I really hit rock bottom. My hero was gone, and I was left alone in this world to try to work out, what am I going to do? Like, I don't have that safety net there anymore. And for the first time in my life, like, I was really good, and I was a master at being able to point out the things that were going wrong in my life. But rarely had I ever spent any time sitting down and actually focusing on the things that were awesome about my life. And I finally got to a point where I asked myself the most important question I've ever asked myself, which is, what do I actually want? I knew what I didn't want. I'd spent years focusing on what I didn't want. I didn't want to be depressed. I didn't want to feel like this. I just wanted to feel acceptance. I wanted to stop hating myself. But when I actually asked that question, what do I want? The answer was simple. I just wanted happiness. And then I realized that I didn't even know what that meant. So I thought, well, look, if you're going to go and find out what happiness means, you just go straight to the top. And so I went straight down the bookshop, got the Dalai Lama's The Art of Happiness, and I started reading this thing. And there was just so much that jumped out at me. But in the end, I'd summarize that book as saying that it's all about gratitude. And so once I recognized that ultimately, my depression and all the things that were happening inside of me were being fueled by the fact that I had a whole heap of negative thoughts about the things that I was seeing in front of me, and I started to then realign my focus towards the things that I had, all of those things in front of me didn't seem as bad anymore. And over a long period of time of slowly practicing this and being able to learn the masterful art of reframing a perspective, because ultimately everything has two sides. You can see a pro and a con to everything. And I learned this skill, and over many years was able to start reprogramming my neurological responses. And now I'm happy to say that, I'm probably at a space where I never thought I'd ever be here, that I'd be able to accept myself and love myself the way that I do. And gratitude is a massive part of that. So that's my story in a short summary, but yeah, I can't speak highly enough of the power of gratitude and how it will change your life. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming along and supporting this book.
Thank you. Mic drop. I thought I'd add that in. I'm surprised that you didn't add that in.
I was wondering whether props are allowed. I've got a microphone just over here, but I thought, no, I won't get too theatrical.
No, awesome, John. Seriously, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in my proximity, meeting me in Harvey Bay on the Esplanade on my usual walk. And you go, Alicia? And I'm like, who the hell is calling out my name? And then I see you and it's like, hey, dude. And from there, we've had an amazing friendship. We caught up for coffee, and from there, a friendship has blossomed. And I'm so grateful that you have shared so many amazing stories with me. And now to be co-authoring a book together, I seriously never thought that from the time that we met on the Esplanade. I'm like, and in the front room at my favorite cafe. Funny enough, that cafe is now called Operation Underground, which if anyone comes to Hervey Bay, come to. It's absolutely amazing. And yes, it was just friendship from there on. So thank you so much, John. Absolutely. Thank you. So I'm going to bring on our next author, who is Kate. And Kate is a bookkeeper, life business coach, and author. So she's actually been bookkeeping for over 20 years. And in that time, she realized that she can help people in their business with administration, customer service. She absolutely loves coaching. And I know since I've got in contact with her, she has just had this real drive and motivation just to help others. It gives her such satisfaction. And business coaching also allows her to share her knowledge, experience, and skills so they can have successful running businesses as well. And I want to take the time to thank her and welcome her to the meeting and share her story here this evening. So if you're around, Kate, I'd love you to come off mute. And congratulations. I actually want to say you're an author. Who would have thought?
Thank you, Alicia. I'm disappointed Joe Parnay's left the building, because I was going to say, I don't remember learning about gratitude at Fox back in December 2019. I don't know about you, Tash. Do you remember Joe Parnay teaching us about gratitude? So my first really gratitude was this little book here, Alicia, your little black book of gratitude. And I don't even know, I think you just contacted me and said, do you want to be in my book? Do you want to write a chapter for the gratitude book? I think that's how it all worked. And I was having a good and bad day, and we got on a call, and I was sitting, what was the name of that street that I said? There was a street that I'd parked near, and I said, yeah, that's a sign. And I can't remember what the name of the street was. But anyway, I'm just like, okay, say yes, work out how, as they teach us. So I just wrote my chapter on my life and how I can now reflect back and go, yes, I'm grateful for all my life experiences. I'm grateful for hitting the rock bottom, and like other authors here that have suffered depression. Just grateful for the good, the bad, the ugly, and now I'm an author.
I know, how crazy does that sound?
Yes, it does, because it's like, oh my, yeah. So I hope everyone, gets some value out of my sharing of my story. And just, I've also learned, like, to be grateful, say, not just for the car, like if we say grateful for a car to drive, it's actually being grateful for the people that made the car, and then the people that make the parts to make the car. So just going really deep into gratitude. Yeah, so yeah, that's just something that I thought I'd share. Yes.
I love that. I really love that, because sometimes we go on the surface level, but when you actually chunk it right down, there's so much more to it and deeper layers, and so many more people and things that we can contribute our gratitude to. And wow, my little black book of gratitude, I haven't seen that book for a while now. So yeah, that was one of my proud moments. That book actually hit, I think, 6 countries, one of the defining moments in my life. And yeah, just to get that out. And I know that journal in particular, I know there was someone here in my town who sent me a private message and said, your journal, it helped me through some of my darkest days. I'm grateful to actually still be alive, because it was that defining moment that they were either going to be here or not be here. And that's when I knew that I was onto something, and the power of gratitude, how it turns your mindset from negative to positive, is so important. And that's why I want to spread this message. It's more than just it's more than just saying it. It's a feeling and emotion, and it gets you out of the lack of, or, you know, always those dark times when you start to see the good things that are actually happening around you, the flood of things start coming to you, and you start to realize what is actually happening around you. So thank you, Kate, for sharing that. And thank you for sharing that part of your story. So yeah. Our next author who sends his apologies is Koi. He is a coach, speaker, and salesperson and martial artist, and he has successfully brought in millions of dollars for businesses and has worked for and has ongoing coaching clients. He's a qualified life coach and intertwines mindset, psychology, and skills and strategies from both life coaching and sales to enable others to build their businesses of their own and lead a life by choice, not chance. So I want to just give him an acknowledgement for contributing a chapter to this story and say thank you to him. So I'll send that out to him, and my deepest gratitude to him. Now, I want to introduce our next author, who I know is here, and that is Christy Ann. Christy Ann is a master coach, therapist, international speaker, #1 Amazon best-selling author. And she is passionate about growth and development and has been coined as an educational junkie. Totally resonate with that. And Al-Yameni, I can't say the word, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm having tongue dyslexia. She is a part of University of Life, UOL, haha, love it. And she has such an array of skills, business background spanning over 20 years in both public and private enterprises. She's worked over several industries, including government, defense, finance, recruitment, consulting, training, education, utilities, domestically and internationally. She holds a diploma of business. She's also a practitioner of positive psychology, inspiration in that sense to me, a recognized credential advanced practitioner of coaching, certified trainer, consultant and master coach of neuro-linguistic programming, certified master practitioner of timeline therapy, certified master of hypnotherapist, clinical, and is a certified trainer and assessor. And she's also an international speaker and Amazon best-selling author. I can't describe how much of a powerhouse woman this lady is. And it's such an honor to have her in such close proximity. And I just want to invite her here on screen, on stage, whatever you would like to call this for this time. But welcome this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. Thank you so much. And another title we can all add to our portfolio is Newfound Co-Author of Gratitude, A Journey to the Soul. So round of applause to all of my co-author cohort here in the room. So to me, gratitude is a thankful appreciation of what I have. For what I've found is when I focus on what I have in life, I always end up having more. When I focus on what I don't have, I've never, ever had enough. Where focus goes, energy flows. So this book was born out of a conversation Alicia and I shared while speaking about two of her greatest passions. The first being book mentoring and the other being gratitude. And it was herein that, having just been through an authorship journey and launching a book myself, that I planted a little seed for her to consider co-authorship. In all of her exuberance and with her D energy in the fore, no sooner was the seed planted and germination had begun. And today it is such a privilege and an honor to be sharing in its harvest. As for my story, gratitude through the seasons, one of the things I'm most grateful for is my husband, Bobby. I dedicated my story to him. He has walked with, supported, and enabled me to see the gift and appreciation for every season, whether the conditions were balmy or bleak, hot or hostile, glistening or glacial, and everything in between. And for this, for my Bobby, I'm eternally grateful. So yeah, my chapter, my story is a tribute to the acknowledgement and an acknowledgement and a validation. It's a celebration of Bobby's and my seasons, of how far we've come and of the twosome that we've become. And I would love to share a small excerpt, a teaser if you like, of my story. Winter, the tribulations. Winter came, the weather became colder, the days shorter, and our lives a little darker. After some truly challenging times throughout 2013 and 2014, Bobby, my heroic husband, fought for his psychological well-being. He was eventually diagnosed with clinical depression. Some days were darker than others, particularly those when I was on the brink of my exit strategy, engulfed by feelings of worthlessness, of failure, of crippling. Being out of work and being unable to provide for you, my family, was surreal, foreign, even paralyzing. However, poor emotional regulation and or being emotionally shut down, coupled with self-medicating, was the most debilitating of all, Bob exclaimed. But from the darkest of tunnels comes the greatest of light. Remember, there is a gift and appreciation in every season. And through adversity came opportunity. So my experience, my journey through the authorship process, the team, Alicia, Balboa, the editors, they were absolutely remarkable. The connection, the collaboration, the way in which they supported the 21 co-author cohort and I was absolutely extraordinary. I encourage anybody who has the opportunity to work with Alicia, to collaborate and or to contribute with subsequent volumes of this series to embrace it. The learnings, the insights, the growth was absolutely profound, and it's a journey, Alicia, for which I will be eternally grateful. So as previously shared, to me, gratitude is a thankful appreciation of what I have. All the things that have happened in my life have contributed to who I am today, and for that, I'm grateful. And to my Bobby, inspired by Oscar Wilde, I close in saying that most people live for love and admiration, but it's with love and admiration that we live. And to all of you, choose to be grateful. Thank you.
Wow, Ka, thank you. I have tears in my eyes, and such a beautiful tribute to Bobby, and watching your journey and overcoming the obstacles that you came across when you were writing your story as well. We got there in the end and went over the finishing line, and you did it. You did it with such elegancy, and the vulnerability that you have shown in that story and the way that you articulate your story as well is really beautiful. So when you read KA's, I'm going to call you KA if that's okay, KAW and 2AW, because it's core and awe. Her story and the way that she speaks and articulates herself, it's an inspiration to me. I know that I inspire her. We both just mirror and inspire and lift each other up. And there's not many people in the world that do that for people. And I am blessed to have you in my proximity. I know we've gone through challenges. I know that we've gone through ups and downs and all in betweens. However, it's made us a stronger friendship, and I'm truly grateful for that. You know pretty much everything about me, and it's just nice to have that person that I can rely on and call my best friend. So thank you. I'm looking forward to when you come to Brisbane, by the way. So thank you. My next acknowledgement is to Leticia, or Tish, as everybody knows her. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it this evening, and so she sends her apologies. She's a business success mentor, and for the last decade, she has been helping people set up, manage, and maintain their business to start up, whilst also being a part of a team running a multi-million-dollar business. She has seen it from the both ends of business environment, and there's a clear theme running throughout. Success is a strategy. So to start with success in mind, you must start with a system designed to lead you there. So I want to say thank you to her for contributing. She's been another powerhouse woman that has helped change my world. She's always been one that has championed me in my coaching world. When I've shared vulnerable stories, she's been there to comment or message and just give that friendly advice. And yeah, she's been a wonderful asset to this book. And so it brings me to do another acknowledgement to Nelio, who's a tradie. He's also a gratitude coach as well, and author. So he also has another book that he has self-published himself. And he states that gratitude to him is a meaning. Gratitude is a feeling that he gets deep inside his heart and that makes his soul want to dance. It is appreciation of everything and the expectations. Gratitude is when you wake up every morning feeling alive. And I love his way of how he interprets gratitude. And if you want to read his book, get the book. that's a little snippet for you. But I just want to say thank you for him for being involved. And our next beautiful author is Pauline. So Pauline is a play coach that represents and embellishes and opens doors for all of you to make choices, connections, and have self-love and the core to-do list of healing, inner support, focus, fun, freedom, to embrace all of the things that life has to offer. I love Pauline and her vibe. She's got such an energy and drive and such a fun spirit. And I want to welcome her into the Zoom room and come up on the screen, please.
Thank you. I felt like a naughty little girl. Better sit up, right, so I can do my thing. I didn't. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Look, this is just amazing. I was out having to do the dog trip to the dog park for my 2 dogs in between. But listening to all your stories, I just want to say you are all truly inspirational and just amazing. And I'm so honoured to be connected with all you lovely people. It's just beautiful. Wow. I guess what gratitude means to me was that little crack of light that was given to me as a gift to see my way out. And a part of that is then to share that to other people, to pass it down to their children and have that ripple effect. For me, it's that glimmer of hope to guide, for me at the time and throughout my life now, to guide others to be able to find that little crack of light to show them the way out from wherever circumstance, challenges, that place of difficulty, darkness, and finding that way out. And to give them that strength and that courage to make the steps and the changes they need to make to rediscover, perhaps for me, it was for who I am and what was important to me and what my values were rather than other people's expectations and values, and then doing what fed my soul, that made me play again, to have fun again, to be and embrace life again. And that's what I did. A lot of personal growth before and it was a part of it, but after writing this book, or even just the last couple of years of my own really deep healing work, I saw the place where gratitude, that's actually where it started from, was being able to get out of my situation. And one of the situation for me, well, there was many, but the one that I wrote in my chapter is to do with a 22-year relationship with my children's father and the journey that it helped me get through to leave this difficult situation and knowing that it was the right thing to do. So it gave me looking at all the little tiny pieces, like we've all mentioned, many of us mentioned about those little tiny things that you see the light that's working, that feels good, that brings you light, that brings you sunshine, was what I needed, because I had lost myself in this whole relationship and I had certain expectations that I needed to stay because of family, religion, society, etc., and having the battles between what my soul was crying out for, but then seeing what it was doing to myself and my children, and that it was not the place. And the gratitude came into that. So when I was writing the book, that's where it really struck me how much that really made a difference to get me that inner strength to really work out what fed my soul, and then that's the ripple effect to my children, for them to be able to then grow into that world and feel the same, rather than being stuck in something that is soul destroying, to then be able to work with people, meet people and show them that you can do it, that you can make these choices, to play, to have fun, to do the things that bring you fun and freedom and love, and instead of being sucked in, which is what I felt, was sucked in to this, I don't know what, this tunnel that I couldn't get out of. So for me, the gratitude is like that little glimmer of light, of hope, of sparkle, and then going further and further, taking those little steps forward. And for me, in my story, it's even just a little bit of, okay, at the moment I can't do anything about this, but what can I do? So that was going out and doing some things that would make my kids and I really happy. We would do gratitude rituals at night time because they were quite young then, and even now we'll talk about something wherever we are in our situation right now and just, oh, it's so good to be able to do this. This is we're lucky, we're, you know, grateful. So it's just embedded now naturally. But back then it was something I had to really work hard for because I couldn't see it through everything. But I knew there was something else that I needed and was called for. But as a mum, you want the best for your children. So therefore, I wrote this for everyone, of course, but mostly for women, but women that are mums that can then be able to give this gift to their children, to be able to show them that no matter what's going on in life, find that strength within. Look, the tiny things, it could be the sunshine, that you're able to breathe, you know, all those tiny simple things. And as you do one more thing, like it's been mentioned already, you will find another thing. And then as you get those things, you say those things, you feel those things, like we feel that energy that brings you up from wherever you are. So then you can get it back in return. Not that you're doing it for that reason, because you're doing that to lift your own vibrations, your own feelings, but in return that comes back. And then in my case, it was very, very important for my children to have that feeling that they were important, that they do matter. And then no matter what stuff's going on, and Alicia will know the word that I would prefer to say, no matter what's going on there, you can shift where that place from where you're at. And I guess mindset, it's all a part of that. But what we do, particularly as adults, we tend to forget to play. We forget to have fun. We forget to-do lists. Well, right now, I don't have a huge list right now because I'm living a very different lifestyle at the moment. And I'm so grateful for that because I can be one of those people. I'm a teacher by trade. In the past, I still am, but you know, and I have this to-do list, and if I don't get through the to-do list, or I put it on to the next day, well, I don't actually do that anymore as much, especially in the last few months of traveling, trying to get to Hervey Bay, but still traveling in Victoria, or being here in Victoria. My list is not as big. I don't need to have that big list, and still getting pleasure and freedom and enjoyment and fulfillment out of life, and that's what I want to show other people. There is no have tos, there is no shoulds, and get that sparkle back within you, the fun part of you, the playful part of you that we tend to lose as we become adults. We tend to have all these things we have to do or we think we have to do, but we actually really don't. We have a choice. And I guess that's where I've come from, is that place of in a difficult relationship and thinking I should and I have to and whatever, to realizing along my journey that I don't need to do that. And as I've been out of that relationship 8.5 years now, and all the growth and the healing myself and my kids have done, I see it more and more every day. And I really, that's my message through my story, that we have a choice and to love life, and you don't have to stay anywhere. It could be a job, could be a relationship, whatever. We have a choice. And if it's not feeding your soul and you don't love it, you don't get any enjoyment out of it, then why do it? So for me, be able to then get to more people, to get our messages like we all are, getting that message to the people that need to hear it. And I think what someone said really earlier on is this collaboration. We're all together on an energetic level for whatever reason we're connected for. And obviously it is for gratitude and being able to teach other people this one simple, powerful tool that changes everything. And from this, then it's given me more confidence too in myself to be able to do more for others, and that I am good enough and I'm okay. And I, like you're saying, I'm worth fighting for, and so are my kids, and so is everybody else's family and kids. And And if it means that I'm one person that changes one person's life, then I've done that. Oh, here comes my big puppy, sorry.
Thank you for sharing, Pauline. It's so good to have you here. Ah, there's the puppy. How cute. That's all right. Thank you so much. Please share your comments, your feedback, and your love to Pauline. Thank you so much. It's been amazing watching your journey and how much you've grown over the last few months. I know we've come together through a friend that I met through another friend who I got told I had to connect with this person in Hervey Bay because they were an amazing person, Darren King. And we ended up having a coffee. He was at one end of the beach and I was at the other end of the beach, and we were both doing a sunrise live video. And from that, we started a friendship. And then I got introduced to you. And it's just funny how people connect with people. And since then, we've become friends, co-workers together, champions of each other, and it's just awesome. I can't wait till you get here. And it's just been amazing to see your journey and you living a life on your terms. Now, I've skipped a very important person, and one that's very, we've shared some ups and downs and all in betweens, and her name is Kellyanne, and she is an educator, author, speaker, and coach. And she is passionate about working with children. She's a teacher, early childhood educator for over 20 years. She's traveled the world and worked as a nanny in some of the most beautiful places. Her own life journey has sparked within her to help courageous individuals to search within themselves, to unleash their warrior and their superhero. And I absolutely love her story. And she's shared parts of it and keeps sharing more with me. I know she's got something in the pipeline that she may share with all of us, but I'd like to bring her onto the Zoom room and take herself off mute. Kelly, are you there?
Yes. I am here. Yeah. Hello. I thought you'd miss me.
No, I didn't. I just wanted to surprise you. Boo.
Okay, cool. Well, I am very humbled to be a part of this journey with all these amazing authors and to be able to stand next to you guys and share my story. But my chapter focuses on choices, and grateful for the choices that we're given and the choices that we make in life. And in my chapter, I share a choice that I was given at a very young age, and it took me a long time to actually be grateful for that choice and to realize that I didn't have to let it define who I was, but to more so let it create me and serve my purpose and my destiny. So in my chapter, I want to help the reader really focus on themselves and the choices they've made, the setbacks that they've faced, and to reflect and see these moments as grateful, gratitude, and inspiration. I'm Kellyanne. I'm an educator, I'm an author, I'm a teacher, I'm a life coach, and I'm a survivor. This chapter is all about facing life setbacks and challenges with courage, determination, and grit. My chapter is the guts of my story. It's the rawness of who I am becoming today. I want to encourage so many people to unleash their full potential, to set free fears, self-doubt of who they think they are, and I want them to step into their purpose and destiny just like I have. I hope the reader can reflect on themselves and see the magic that is truly within us all, and to then be grateful for the journey that they've experienced thus far in their life and get excited about the road and the possibilities that are ahead. Gratitude is defined as a positive emotion that is felt towards someone, something, or even an experience. Through writing my chapter, I realized that one gratitude serves all three. And while it happened a really, really long time ago, I've had time to reflect and to ponder and to see how it has created the person that you see before you. It's never too late to be grateful, and I mean truly heartfelt grateful for life and the experience that you have in it. Your past doesn't have to define who you are, but more so, we need to let it have a hand in creating you and bring to life the superhero that is within us all.
Thank you so much, Kelly. And it's so wonderful to have you here. I know we've shared ups and downs and all in betweens. And I love your journey and what you've shared and how vulnerable you have been throughout your journey. It's really touching. And I appreciate the friendship and the messages that you send me. Honestly, you're like an angel. When I'm having, I'll just let everybody know, when I'm having my real bad days, and everybody has their bad days, Kelly is one that will send beautiful voice messages or words of inspiration. And I don't think she realizes the effect, profound effect that she has on people, especially including me. Your words are so uplifting that I end up putting a smile on my face and I pick myself up and take myself out of that darkness. So I want to say thank you, and I have so much gratitude for you and you being in my proximity. So thank you. So, which brings up, so thank you so much. Please send all the love. I see lots of comments. Kelly, have a look at it. And I've also sent you a sneaky something. I heard it go zzz, so I've been cheeky. I'd like to bring us to our next author, who is Sandra. And through her life, situations have presented where she knew there was more to be understood on an emotional level. She believed that this understanding would bring more congruency and ease. She would find herself toggling between staying small yet desiring to live a life full, although often found herself pressing against a glass ceiling. She would wonder why an emotional high would not come after a culturally perceived achievement had been made. She wondered why, through loss or relational disconnection, she struggled beyond pain into suffering and sometimes victimhood. So this has sort of led her to decades of studying on the science of human behavior and being mentored by people who live their lives fully and freely. So she was always curious to, how do you live this awesome best life that we hear? And then shifts started to happen in her life and the relationship for herself. And then the changes started to flow over into her marriage and then her life and her relationship with herself as well. And then the amazing puzzle of knowing herself and life would be ongoing until her last breath. Yet now she's honoured to sit with others to the vehicle of her master's coaching and education and her life experience to walk with others as they see the shifts within their lives. So let's welcome Sandra. Thank you.
Hi, Lisa. How you going?
Good.
Awesome. I've just been loving all the stories coming through. It's just different when it's delivered in the skin, in person. I know we're not actually in the skin, but this is as close as skin we're going to get. And I've just been listening to them all, and I've been wondering what I could specifically give in the story of my life in the brief time that I have here that would advantage people, that would have people going away with something. And my story, though, ironically, even though it is different, it's the same. So, you know, I can share that when I was young, gratitude to me was saying thank you. Gratitude to me was being quiet when the adults were talking. And I had quite a long space in my life where I was in like a bubble where I didn't seem to suffer, or I didn't trip, or I didn't perceive myself as a victim. It was like I was protected somehow. And so until, you know, like, for example, we would go out back with 11 kids thrown in the back of a troop carrier, and for us that's fun, but people were saying, what the heck are you thinking, you know, don't you see that that's just, you know, really hard, really bad. And so for a long time I was in that protected bubble. But when I hit around 40, things started to change, to shift for me, and I started to lose that, and I thought I was losing my protection, or I was losing my favor, and it was a downward spiral, and I could not figure out what was happening. And in that, when it was like a free fall, and I was trying to stop the free fall, but in the end, it was just like letting myself drop to the bottom. And at the bottom is where I started to really look around and figure out what had I lost? What is it? How do I get whatever it was that I lost back? And it was a slow gaining piece by piece. It didn't happen overnight, but it did happen, like that toothpaste ad. It was a little nugget here and a little nugget there, and I didn't think I was learning anything, but it's when those nuggets look like jigsaw pieces and the jigsaw started to come together. And so when I saw Alicia ask if people would be interested in this, I didn't even tie that to that backstory. I just said, yes, great. I've gone through this really rough time. Before, I would always write. Writing is just so powerful for me. I love story. I love the power of words, and I hadn't written such a long time. And I said, I'm going to do this, and do this for me. And so I thought gratitude is super easy. I could do that, no problem. And it became the hardest thing, one of the hardest pieces that I had ever written, to actually unpack what it was for me, because I had my old story of gratitude being something that I did, something that was a tool. But in this journey of writing, I actually understood that I had changed my perspective, and gratitude for me became an outcome of something far deeper, something far more core. And that far more core was the little jigsaw pieces that I was finding, and the perspective that I had, and the meaning that I made of life. And so my story in the book is pieces of those journeys that added up to finding gratitude as the outcome, and how to keep myself in that perspective.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sandra. And thank you for being part of this journey. It's been awesome to have you in here and celebrating you now becoming an author. So thank you so much. Now I want to do another acknowledgement. Steph unfortunately is absent and sends her apologies. And I just want to acknowledge her. She's a local community member here in Hervey Bay, and we met sporadically, and I got talking about the gratitude book, and she was all in for this book, and it's so amazing to have her here, a part of this journey. And gratitude for her is a way of coming home to a state of mind that life is intended for us: peace, wholeness, happiness, flow, and harmony within. It allows ego to subside and true appreciation to shine. Thank you for contributing to this book, and I wish you all the best in this journey. I know that I see so much stuff happening for us, and thank you for being part of this book. Which brings us to our next author, who I want to introduce, and that is Santi. And Santi is a wife, a mother, a personal empowerment coach, self-love and confidence coach, public speaker, entrepreneur, and author, and just an amazing, funny lady. She was born in Indonesia and married to a beautiful Australian husband whose name is Rob. And she has 3 beautiful children. She lives in the beautiful state of Western Australia in Perth. She is so grateful to be part of this book of gratitude, because that's been a big part of her life. And I just love how much gratitude she has. She has taught me how to put gratitude on a whole different perspective. The way that she lives it, it's amazing. And it's actually brought her whole family together in this grateful journey of life. She's so privileged to be on this journey. She's an accredited life coach, and her vision is to live your dream. And her mission is to help others live their dream. She believes every human has the potential to live their best life and the best person that they can be. And she's here to unlock that potential for them. She helps them overcome challenges so they can transform into highly productive people, and just enjoy life and experience it with more meaning and fulfilling memories. She wants people to have a life that they love to live. So I want to welcome Santi to the Zoom room, and take yourself off the mute and come and join us. Hello.
Oh my God, thank you for the introduction. That was so long. You are amazing, Alicia, and everyone who are over here are so amazing, and well done for sharing this story. I love every single of it. I thought gratitude is like probably same, but not the same, but it's actually from different angle, and I have been, oh my God, learning so much in the past 2 hours. Thank you so much, guys. I still wanted to pinch myself that I'm here. Now I'm an author with all of these amazing people. How? Tell me how I get here. There's a funny story when Alicia said that I am going to write this collaboration book. Everyone who wants to join, please put the hand up. Me saying, speak no England, let alone writing a word. I am not. No. But there's a desire inside me who wanted to say, I want it. I want to be a part of it. And then I contacted Alicia. I want to be part of it. And guess what? It's already full. It's already full. And then he said, sorry, it's already 22. Come on, put me in. Put me in the wait list. I promise you, I'm going to give you a little bit of zest, gratitude from Indonesia, from Asia. Let me in. Universe got my back. Universe loved me. Guess what? The next day I got in. Someone canceled, and that place is for me. Thank you. And be careful with what you wish for. When I say, yes, you got this, and I say, oh, what I'm going to do now? Okay, I'm going to write about the children, how I teach gratitude, whatever. Turned up something happened. Turned out this journey taking me to a different level of gratitude back then. And I think it's about June or July when it was started. And then when I'm writing this gratitude journal, I've got this serial death experience from my family in Indonesia. That was like the biggest challenge for me. So I'm a bit nervous, but I've got this. So back then, I have lost 3 uncles, 1 auntie, my brother, 5 best friends, and not uncountable, a lot of people that I know. And I was like, how? I'm writing a gratitude. This is what I'm facing. How? But the end of the biggest, I think the biggest is when I lost my brother. Right at the end, he's number 10, that people close to my heart that passed away. So I feel for you, David, if you're here. I feel for you, mate. My brother's gone within 1 week, and that's it. And I was on the floor. All my writing about gratitude is all of a sudden stopped. So I was crying, I was devastated for 7 days. But I remember the day after day 7, I was writing, and all of a sudden this journey is all about losing my brother and how I can find a gratitude in this experience moment. So I forgot who's the first one that's saying that writing is healing. That's how I feel. I think it's Anna. That was actually healed me. And that will put me in the gratitude level. Not that I'm grateful that I lost a lot of my family, no, but it was because I've been practicing a gratitude. I've been connected to myself. Because I've been connected to myself, I've been connected to the power above me, and whatever name is, the God, the universe, the spirit, or whatever it is. I feel so connected. Now I surrender that everything that happened in this world is already arranged. And somehow it's going to be good for when the time is good. So outside the box, there you go. Be careful with what you wish for. Little bit of hits from Indonesia, and it's turned up as a massive gift. So for me, after all of this experience, after all of I've been through, the strength that I have from this gratitude, the strength that I have that taught my family about gratitude is actually the things that hold us together through this turbulence, and then how we can find strength within and resilience within through practicing of gratitude. So basically, when I read the gratitude, and then I said, when I write about my writing, and then I said, who is writing this? I can't believe me here speaking of England, writing that beautiful. I don't know who's writing. What I'm saying is, I believe now that we've got the power within us. So we can do, after this, we can do whatever we want to do. So yes, gratitude for me is the key to unlock the gate of happiness, peacefulness, contentment, and all your dreams. Thank you for listening, everyone. I'm grateful to have you all. Sending you much love. Thank you.
Auntie, you did it. And
I did it.
You did do it. And you're an author. And I just want to send my deepest gratitude and acknowledge you for what you had to overcome. I can't imagine what it'd be like. I remember the time when you were going through that. And I remember our mastermind, we were all going through those tough times, and it was hard to see your heart broken, and such a hard experience to see you go through, and being so far away that I couldn't come over and just cuddle you like a great friend. But we were there to support you and help you through it. And I have so much gratitude for the connection that we have, and you still were able to show up and still able to write a chapter in this story and express how much gratitude means to you on a whole different level. And this is what I mean, like gratitude can be, I'm grateful for this and I'm grateful for that, but experiencing it and showing what you actually have all around you, and all the memories that you have with all of those special people. Thank you from the bottom and top of my heart. Thank you. Thank you. And please send all your love messages. I can see them all filtering through. Santi, you've got so much love to you. Our next author is Susan. She is a professional transformational coach, and she's the founder of Branch Out Coaching, making change possible. She feels like she has been on a personal development journey for most of her life, which has led her to her coaching journey and why she's actually created her business. So I'd love to introduce Susan, because I am just so absolutely thrilled and so proud of her, from where she's come from to where she is now. And now you get to talk. How exciting is this? I want to welcome you to the Zoom room stage. So please, I can see you're off mute. Introduce yourself and welcome.
Hi, everyone. I'm Suzanne, as Alicia so beautifully introduced me, and you can hear that I get very teary. And I was talking to one of my best mates tonight before I came online, because I knew I would be like this. And I said to her, oh my God, what am I going to do? She said, it's all right. And just talk from your heart. And so that's what I'm going to do. And Sandy said it so beautifully tonight, that gratitude just brings us so much. And it's just brought me so much vulnerability. And I can't believe how soft and open and how much more joy has come to my life. And that's what I believe that gratitude has the ability to do for us. It makes us believe that everything that we've got is just enough. You know, I came from a family where they were always chasing something more and something better and something brighter and something shinier and more expensive or whatever. And, you know, this consumerism world that we're taught to live in these days, and it just, it doesn't make you happy. It just doesn't make you happy. The happiness comes from within, and that's what my chapter in the book is about. It talks about, you know, my journey and how I might just be doing something, and I find the little gold nuggets in walking down the same path every day, and you know, and it's just about, you know, the sun on your face, or the blue rim that's on the branches, or the flowers that are blooming, or whatever's going on. And as I talk to my team every day at work, you know, I go in there and they just laugh at me because I'm just so full of optimism and gratitude, and that's where that's all come from. And when I first thought about committing into this book, you know, I mentioned earlier that, you know, I've got so many things, so many hurdles to overcome from my past experiences, but I'm just so grateful that I've had an opportunity to be in this with all these amazing people. Oh my God, I cannot believe that I'm in this book with all these amazing people. And I suppose my biggest hope is that this book creates this amazing, I can't even say it, this amazing ripple effect of kindness out there in the world. And if we're all talking about kindness and gratitude and love and caring for each other and all these amazing things, just imagine that being multiplied by everybody in this room tonight and everybody out there and going further and further. I can't believe it. And, you know, our lives are about, I've written down here that our lives are about choices. And if we choose to change our focus, we have the ability to build, we have, I can't even say it, we have the opportunity to build a life we're grateful for and the internal joy and happiness within. And if we can bring more internal joy and happiness within to everybody in this world, imagine that. I cannot believe where this could end, Alicia, and I'm just so excited and so grateful. And I'm going to stop now because I feel like I'm just rabbiting on.
Suzanne, I want to acknowledge you, celebrate you, and thank you so much for being a part of this journey. Seeing you go through some obstacles and some things going, oh my gosh, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. How am I going to write this? And I totally saw you. I I heard everything because I understand what it's like when you're overcoming the noise that's in your mind. And then when you got writing and you overcame that obstacle of not being able, I call it writer's block. It's like this big block that you have. And I say every writer goes through it, this writer's block. It's like you're running, you're ready to go, yay. And then you go bang, and you're like, oh, I've got nothing. Sweet. And I know there's some writers in here and will understand that as well. I've got a few up and coming authors in this room as well that are writing some of their stories, and they understand that as well. And just breakthroughing that, and then the flood of words just come through, and just watching you glow and have this huge achievement. Thank you so much for being a part of my dream, my vision, my mission, and creating a dream for yourself as well. That's the thing. It becomes what is a thought, and a dream becomes a reality. And look at it, it's come. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you everyone that's here tonight. Thank you. And all the other authors, amazing.
Awesome stuff. So our next author is Tash. Tash is an empowerment coach for women, Reiki master, practitioner, polarity therapist, access consciousness practitioner, and she also offers sound healing sessions. She's here to inspire and motivate you to be your authentic self, to connect you to your passion and discover your purpose. Every woman should have the freedom to live life, feeling confident to be who they are and who they want to be in this world, to feel worthy enough and to be feel like they've been heard too. She assists women and guides them to uncover their truths, to break through their inner world and allow them to feel free, passionate and loved. So I'd love to welcome Natasha to the Zoom stage. Come on through.
Thank you so much, Alicia, for bringing me onto this project, and it's been an absolutely amazing opportunity. First of all, I just want to say, being one of the last speakers tonight, it's been so amazing to sit and listen to each and everybody tell their story. And, you know, it's brought up lots of emotions, and yeah, you are all so inspiring. So thank you. Alicia, you are an incredible human being, and what you have given me, I cannot even put into words. The last 18 months, I think we've been working together, and you have really enabled me to step out from the shadows and really step into my light and find my power and my truth. And I'm incredibly grateful to you. And yeah, I get emotional even thinking about it, because yeah, I just feel that we have this amazing soul connection as well. And yeah, just so much gratitude, so much gratitude. So for me, I think gratitude is really that conscious choice that we have, or we take, to really quieten our mind and to observe the things that we have in our lives that bring us joy. It's about living in the present and being present and being mindful of our surroundings and all that we have. So it's an incredible tool, and it honestly has transformed my life. Last year was a massive, massive year for me, and I created so many beautiful things. I started my women's circle, which is something that I wanted to do for many years, and that has been absolutely amazing. I also ran my very first women's retreat, which I'm super, super proud of. So yeah, it's been an incredible journey. I thought I'd actually share how I do my gratitude, because it's a little different probably to a lot of people. I'm not the best at journaling, I have to be honest about that. So I thought I'd show you my little gratitude jar. It's probably a little hard to read there, but on the front there, it's got grateful. So this is what I created for my beautiful ladies, for the Women's Circle, for their end of year gift. And so being able to give that to them so that they can now practice gratitude and bring that into their lives has been absolutely amazing. And there's a couple of my beautiful ladies on the call tonight. So yeah, it's been wonderful to get that support from them, but just to spread that word of gratitude throughout the local community. So it's been amazing. Just a little bit about my chapter. I don't want to go into too much detail. But my gratitude talks about courage, and the courage to be grateful, because I really think that it takes courage to do that, because we really need to step away from our busy lives, the internal chatter and the internal critic, to really step into that beautiful space of gratitude. And that doesn't always come easy. We have those days that really, really challenge us. But when we can sit in that gratitude state, you know, I think basically we come back to love. And yeah, I think that's what it's been for me. So yeah, I just want to thank everybody for allowing me to be a part of this. And yeah, it's an incredible journey. And I never, ever thought that I would be a published author. So I'm really excited.
You did it. Congratulations. And thank you honestly, thank you so much for such kind words. Really spoke to my heart. It means the world to see you transform over the 18 months we've been together. I can't believe it's been 18 months.
I know.
When you said 18 months, I'm like, no, it's only been like a year or something, hasn't it? 18 months, that's phenomenal. And it's strength to strength that I'm seeing. And it's I'm so grateful to have you in my proximity. I can't wait to come down to Tasmania and see one of your women's circles, because I'm truly inspired by what you do and how you set it up and how welcoming it is. I can only imagine the energy that you pour into those circles, because they look so good. So thank you so much. And thank you for being a part of this journey.
Thank you.
So it comes to our lucky last author, and it is Terry, who has had an amazing day today. She's worn so many hats, and most recently her hat has been involved in writing. I'm going to put you on now, Terry, while I talk. It's all good. She has been a multi-published author with her own book, reaching international and Australian bestseller status, with some complication books, and she's has been a contributing author to an online magazine as well. Last year, in 2021, she moved into ghostwriting, which is really awesome to hear. And she's recently finished one client's manuscript. Another one is in the process. And last time I spoke to her, she said that she was having conversations with some potential clients. So have you got more on the go now? Yep. Kinda. Yes, sweethearts. And she says that everyone has a story to tell, and she helps people to achieve that. So let's welcome in Terry. I want to say thank you for being a part of this. It's awesome to have you in on this journey. Take it away.
Well, I think I'll be like John. It's all been said. Good night. No, look, as everybody has said, it is an amazing journey. David said it, and I think somebody else, I think you said it, Alicia, writing becomes addictive. Back in 2018, I wrote my first book, and that was my book. It was my memoir. And there were a couple of reasons for doing that. My mum had been placed in care, and I'd always wanted to write a book. From when I was a little girl, I've always been an avid reader, but I've always wanted to write a book. And in 2018, I spoke to my mentor, another TCI graduate, and she said to me, "Why now?" And I said, "I've run out of excuses." I was in a position, I was no longer working full time, I'd finished my studies. Financially, I was in a position to do it, so I did. Thankfully, my mum got to read my book, and we had her for another 12 months past that. So that was awesome. I wrote it for her and as a legacy for my grandchildren so that they could also share in my story. In 2019, I had an opportunity to join Business Warriors. 2020 had two opportunities to write there, 21, some more opportunities, and this year, between today and May, there'll be another 5 books. So it does become addictive. So come Mother's Day, I'll have been published 11 times. And each book has been different, and I share a piece of my story. And like Alicia said, last year, I took the step and moved into ghostwriting, where I can help other people write their story and tell their story, because we all have excuses, and there's a lot of excuses as to why you don't write your own book. Been there, done that, know them all. But I was very fortunate. I put it out. I actually joined Ghostwriter School in America so that I had guidance. I've been interviewed by the school on one of their training days, which was amazing. And just the feedback that I've been getting, I put it out to the universe and said, this is what I'm doing. And I had 5 inquiries in 1 week. Out of those 5, I've got two clients. I've got 2 potentials in the wind. There's one that we've been talking about, Alicia. We're going to get that author across the line, come hell or high water. And it's just been a beautiful, beautiful journey. And my gratitude is that I am at a place in my life where I'm doing what I love. And as I think Christiane said, appreciation. My story is all about appreciation, and that's what gratitude is to me. It's the appreciation of what we have now, what we've experienced in the past, how far we've come, the growth that we've achieved, and it's all of those things that they don't define us, but they make us who we are. And I'm sure most of you would have heard that, is that we are so much more than what we think. And just to be able to appreciate and to say thank you. And from my heart, thank you to Alicia, and thank you to the other 21 authors in the book. Here's to all of us.
Yeah. I'll do a big bottle. Here we go. Oh, you can't really see it. There we go. My big bottle.
Here's to all of us. And congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations, everybody, most definitely. Which brings us to the conclusion of this beautiful book launch, online book launch. This is the first time I've ever launched anything like a book launch online for myself. And it's been an amazing, amazing response. There was right at the beginning, we had a really full room, and I know that people have championed and supported the authors that have been in this book. And I know some people say they're tuning in later and seeing the replay on it, and it will just keep getting those views as well. I wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you, and thank you to those who have stayed the whole time 2.5 hours out of your evening to sit here and listen to all of the stories on gratitude. If you want to get a copy, please, if you know one of the authors, you can get an author's copy from the authors and they will set up a paying system for you. So we're doing pre-orders at the moment. I do have it on my website as well. If you're in proximity with me and want to get yourself a copy, I'll put the link below. But I just want to take the time out to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being who you are and sharing a bit about gratitude. As I've been going on this journey, I realized that it's more than just writing 3 things in my happiness journey, which was the start of my gratitude journey, and saying thank you all the time because my mum made me say it as well. I totally get it from all of those stories. Now I'm writing so much more. What's really profound is that last year I published a little white book of gratitude. Some of you may know. And I wanted to finish up here. Last year, I actually had a relapse with myself. I had a big setback in my life, and for 6 months, I had a relapse. And I just wanted to say to all of you guys, thank you, because you guys helped me get over the line. I started to do my gratitude. I forgot what gratitude was, and I totally kicked it out of the waters because of the setback that I had in my life of stepping up as a leader. However, I brought gratitude back in my life and went, hold on a second, I have my own gratitude diary, and I started writing in it and listened to a few books again, and it started to scratch that record of negativity. There was a whole lot of shame and embarrassment that came up because of things that had been brought up and triggered by me. And the relapse had taught me that there are people around me that support me, that encourage me, and all of your words tonight, you don't understand how much it means to me, because I had seen some dark days last year, and to overcome the relapse, I've come out bigger and stronger. And having this book launch come out on the 22nd of the 2nd has been phenomenal and amazing. I can't believe we got here in the end. It's been one amazing journey. And when I just wanted to say, when I've been doing my daily gratitudes, each quote that is in my book actually is a defining moment in my life. But when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, that relates to today too. Thank you, past me, for putting that in for this day. And this is what I'm saying. There's so many different ways that you can do gratitude, and there's so many innovative ways. What I've come to realize is that there's not one way of doing things. There's many different ways of doing things. And I came to realize this when I saw that there were 250 ways to wash the dishes. And I went, wow, I bet you if I went out researching on gratitude, I'm sure there'd be 250 plus more ways on doing gratitude. And so having 22 different perspectives helps others know that there's not just one way of expressing gratitude or feeling it. And I just want to take the time out to say thank you to each and every one of you for being a part of this journey, being a part of this vision and mission. And have a good evening, everyone. I'm wrapping up. If everyone wants to get off mute and say hip, hip, hooray, let's do it. Ready? Hip, hip.
Hip,
hooray.
Marvelous.
Hooray!
Absolutely marvelous.
You're all authors. Well done.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Alicia.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lots of love.
Have a good evening. Bye. And thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Bye.
Alicia.
Bye.
Can't find the leave button.
Well done, Bev. It's done amazingly tonight. I am impressed beyond belief, universe with us.
Round of applause.
Oh my God. Cheers. Well done, Bev. And actually, there is no single issue, no voice or whatever